just tuned in, but if you think poor people go out to eat on a regular basis, you're out of touch. Dude, are you fucking brain dead? We're currently talking about allowing poor people to be able to eat basically for free out. If you think poor people are not, if they could write it off, are not going to be able to use their SNAP, or if they get additional fucking funding in their SNAP specifically to go and fucking spend it on restaurants, then why wouldn't they do that? Are you, the whole point, if the entire point of this plan is to revitalize the service industry, okay, by making it so that rich people go out to restaurants and eat, then poor people eat at restaurants too. Like, they would like to eat at restaurants as well. Bitch, I was poor. I had a girlfriend. We couldn't go out and eat at restaurants. You want to know why we couldn't go out and eat at restaurants? Well, one, because she didn't want to fucking pay for half of it. You want to know why? Because I didn't have money, idiot. If I had an incentive to go out and be able to eat at restaurants, I would have liked to fucking go out and eat at restaurants too. What do you think that like what, poor people are fucking not human or something? Like, they don't have the same interests, same motivations? What the fuck? Yeah. Poor people, if you're hungry, why don't you eat your leather bootstraps? The shameful part is that the Dems had to compromise on that to get the tax credits for low-income families. Republicans literally trading a tax break for the working poor for a tax break for business lunches. The WAPA article has all the details. All right, we'll talk about that in a second. I mean, they're demons. They're demons. They're demons. Like, it is mind-boggling how fucking demon-like Republicans are. The way they can openly operate this way, and as long as they're, like, a little bit racist, every fucking working-class hog that turns around and is like, yeah, they want what's best for us. Just the demon rats that are fucking bad. Like, Democrats are bad. Absolutely. But the other side is so fucking vulturous and demon-like that they make crypt keepers like Nancy Pelosi look like goddamn heavenly angels, okay? Like, can you imagine someone who is so fucking outwardly bad as a human being? Like, Republican politicians are just bad human beings. They are not good human beings. They are, like, actually fucking evil. They are the manifestation of evil on our planet. They are a terrorist organization. They have caused, pound for pound, more terror, more violence, more death and destruction on this planet, and also at the domestic level to American people than anyone else I can imagine. Okay? I'm sorry. Just look at the fucking pandemic under a Republican administration. Okay? That's a fucking 100 9/11s, dog. Are you fucking joking? Come on, dude. Come on. Anyway, I'm not the only person who said this before. Noam Chomsky said it before I did. That's why I always say, if you, like, want to destroy America, like, fucking vote Republican. Anyway, so the restaurant thing is, like, yet another example of this. Like, another perfect example of this, where Trump long sees on the tax break as a way to revive the restaurant industry, but economists have painted it as ineffective and largely benefiting the wealthy. The draft language of the emergency coronavirus relief package includes a tax break for corporate meal expenses pushed by the White House and strongly denounced by some congressional Democrats, according to a summary of the deal circulating among congressional officials and officials who are familiar with the provision. The official spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe a proposal that had not yet been publicly released. He wanted this the 3 martini lunch provision for a while, because he thought this is the best way to incentivize eating at restaurants. Incentives to get people out to restaurants have the potential to be more harmful because of the pandemic. They did a similar thing in the UK and it didn't turn out as well, as it increased COVID cases. PPP is also not the most efficient way of stimulating the economy as well. Of course it's not. The PPP and other forms of corporate relief or relief for small businesses are created because we do not have a centralized unemployment system. We currently do not have a way, we do not have the infrastructure to, at the federal level, distribute necessary resources to every single person that needs it and adjust it to their demands or their needs. Other countries do. They have better centralized taxing systems. They have better centralized unemployment systems. They can literally do that. They can be like, all right, here's your unemployment. Here's your direct stimulus. Like, we don't have a way to even give everyone a digital wallet at this point, for example, so that they can even get checks. They can even receive checks. We do not have any of that. We operate like a fucking developing nation. So, because of this reality, the government has to find a different way. They have to hope that small businesses are kind enough to take the PPP and then give it to the workers, which they don't do, of course. Because why the fuck would they? They're fucking small business owners. The purpose of the PPP is literally to pay the employees so that workers get additional funds even if they're not fucking working. That is what is supposed to be. That's what we're supposed to be doing with the PPP. I'm going to say triple P or something. You guys are being fucking annoying. You fucking idiot. Hey, idiot. Yo, dummy. But we do have the ability to distribute a universal check amount to everyone. We already have. Wait, what? When have we distributed a universal check to everyone? Dude, Yang Gang, people calling me an idiot is so funny. What? Oh, the $1,200 was universal? Wow, that's crazy. Dude, I had no idea that means tested programs were universal. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, dude, I didn't recognize that at all, dude. Also, so many people didn't get shit from that. So, definitely not universal. So, no, we do not have a universal system set up. It's means tested to begin with. If you're near the cutoff, then you're in a bad position regardless. It should have been universal, and then they should have retroactively taken it out. Retroactively, they should have taken it out of your taxing in the end of the year.
Hello, chat.
During negotiations, however, Democratic leaders agreed to the provision in exchange for Republicans agreeing to expand tax credits for low-income families of the working poor in the final package. So this is the other part where it's like, instead of direct stimulus, instead of giving money directly to working class people, we just end up giving them tax credits. And that's not helpful either. Like, that's not helpful right now. What the fuck am I going to do with tax credits if I'm barely making ends meet? Like, tax credits are only good in the end of the fucking year. Like, that shit doesn't matter. Huh. What? Just saying that they dropped checks in automatically based on 2018 taxes, so that line was arbitrary, set the tax year at 1900 and threshold to 0. Bro, you know how many people still didn't get fucking money in that process, and how many people that shouldn't have gotten money actually ended up getting money? Our system is incredibly fucking outdated. We currently, as it stands, do not have a way. And the only way to distribute that is either through bank accounts if you've paid your taxes. There's millions of people who haven't filed any taxes yet. There are millions of people who don't have bank accounts that are connected to the IRS. I have a bank account that's connected to the IRS. The IRS still mailed me my fucking check. That system is broken fundamentally. I'm saying we need to build that first so we can have universal income, okay? But we currently don't. So you're being silly as fuck. Yeah, I got a check. I got fucking like, how much did I get? I think I got like
4 months Pog.
Not the full 1,200. I think I got like 1,100 or some shit. Yeah, I did. You want to know why? Because means tested programs are fucking dog shit. Because it calculated my 2019 and I was eligible in the year 2019 to get fucking not the full 1,200 but 1,100. Yeah, I was. Why are you getting mad at me for not making enough money? Like, what is this? Is chat mad at me now? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, Biden is live getting a vaccine? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Let's watch.
PPP is very
I can never fucking win with this audience, dude. Half the time it's like...
I'm ready.
Is Biden kind of jacked?
Got it up higher? All right. No, you just go ahead anytime you're ready.
Mr. Biden, that teacher as well.
It doesn't matter. You think I need one, I'll put it on.
23-year-old here. I have filed as an independent for
Well,
3 years now.
What I want to
Lived on
say
my
is we owe
own for
these
2, but
folks
I
an
guess
awful
my
lot.
dad listed me as a
The
dependent.
scientists
Missed
and
out on
people who
$1,200. Got
put
furloughed
this
and almost
together,
went broke waiting for
frontline workers,
unemployment.
the people
Thankfully
who
in a good place now.
were the ones who actually did the clinical work. It's just amazing. And I wish we had time to take you through the whole hospital to see how busy and incredible you all are. And we owe you big. We really do. And one of the things is that I think that the administration deserves some credit getting this off the ground with Operation Warp Speed. I also think that it's worth saying that there's great hope. I'm doing this to demonstrate that people should be prepared when it's available to take the vaccine. There's nothing to worry about. I'm looking forward to the second shot. So is Jill. She's had her shot earlier today. She loves shots, I know, but I've had so many. But at any rate, is that for me? My next visit. And but the important thing is that it's worth stating that this is just the beginning. It's one thing to get the vaccine out, and now Moderna is going to be on the road as well. But it's going to take time. It's going to take time.
Does Dr. Jill Biden love shots because she's a doctor?
A sour note here, but I hope people listen to all the experts. And Dr. Fauci's on.
Love this community.
Talking
Keep
about
doing
the
what you're
need
doing,
to
Hass.
wear masks during this Christmas and New Year's holidays, wear masks, socially distance, and if you don't have to travel, don't travel. Don't travel. It's really important because we're still in the thick of this. It's one thing to have the vaccine show up at a hospital. There's another thing to get the vaccine from
3 months,
that
baby.
vial into a needle, into an arm. And there's millions of people out there that are going to need this, frontline workers first. But I just want to thank everyone for all that they've done. There's some real heroes, and you're among them. Thank you.
3 or 4 months, BB. I'm not sure how many.
Notice how he stood up after this because he's got a rush of energy from the baby tears they just injected to him. Bro, my dude just got fucking... Dude, I cannot believe that Joe Biden just got baby steroids jacked up into his fucking mainframe alongside with the autism and homosexuality and the Bill Gates microchip at the same fucking time, dude. That's a triple dose. You got baby spinal fluid, adrenochrome. You got, yeah, that's it. And the atheism
Biden's
gene,
actually
yeah,
an
that's
Android
true. That's
setback.
wait, is that another common meme about vaccines that they like turn you atheist or something? Microchip better have a Bluetooth connection so I can use this fitness tracker. Speaking of fitness trackers, I did purchase one of those, like the Polaris thing or whatever it's called, the one that XQC has, and I will be
damn
doing
right, brother.
heart rate monitors when I'm live going forward. The Vatican said it's okay, so no excuses for my Catholic friends. That makes me sad because my grandma actually believes in the microchip shit. Dude, that's so funny. It's like, what the fuck does the government want from you? Your old crusty ass grandma? Like, what are you looking at that the government is going to fucking surveil? Please explain this ridiculous fear to me. Like, grandma, you're definitely on Facebook, okay? Like, without a doubt, because you don't get that fucking, oh, the government's microchipping me shit out in the wild. You got that because you have a computer or you got a cell phone and you're
Forgot to
definitely on
settle up
Facebook,
love
right?
his
Because there's no other way this information reached your fucking delusional old brain. So you're already getting surveilled. All right? You're getting surveilled hardcore. Grandma, you've been getting surveilled since you got duped into playing Candy Crush on Facebook, you crusty old lady. Don't worry. An additional vaccine is not going to fucking microchip you. They're trying to microchip you to become the Sharia law puppet of Obabe. There's nothing to worry about. It's harmful and kind of disgusting, though. It's a medical treatment with side effects that people should be aware of. It's more risky than drinking a cup of tea. Bitch, there's side effects to drinking a cup of tea. What do you mean? There is nothing that has no side effects. Like, there is literally nothing on this planet. You could die from over-consuming water. Your lungs get fucking fill up with water. Like, of course there's fucking side effects of the vaccine. But if you understand the process in which this vaccine is created, unless you have like allergies and most people that have allergies or most people that have like some sort of disorder that leads them immunocompromised. Okay? Like unless they have like a immunity deficiency, then the side effects are less severe overall as far as we know. Okay? And that might change, by the way. Because we don't have sufficient evidence to know in a long term like what's going to happen. But the side effects are fucking like baby aspirin style. And baby aspirin can fucking kill you. Okay? Contrary to popular belief. The difference is nobody's fucking running around being like, never take baby aspirin. It'll fucking kill you. It's got a microchip in it and it turns you gay. But you do that for vaccines because there's a lot of memes around vaccines and how they like fucking, how vaccines are. There's just a lot of fear mongering around vaccines. Had a friend that turned Nazi recently in the group chat trying to convince the homies in the group chat that it was going to destroy your RNA, that your children grandee going to become disabled. What?
Thanks, Kuma.
Can we ease up on the crusties? Some of us have psoriasis and no Medicare for all because we need to get committee seats first. Yeah, dude.
Weird bot told me it hates your Twitch channel. Gasping for chat hassle.
Brother, I feel bad. I don't want to dunk on you too hard, but you got a whole different set of issues if you thought that like withholding Nancy Pelosi's fucking speaker election to put Medicare for all on the docket was going to magically, automatically fucking get it passed in the Senate. If you legitimately thought that, then you got a whole different set of issues outside of psoriasis. You feel me? Like, the hilarious part about it is that, like, even the people that are advocating for this, like Kyle, who has a strategic reason for why he's advocating for it, understand that this is not about, like, actually getting Medicare for all passed. It's literally about making sure that people understand that there are Democrats who are standing in opposition between you and Medicare for all. Now, I'm more black-pilled than fucking Kyle, and I don't know what the fuck where Jimmy is. So my take on this has always been, always apply pressure to fucking Nancy Pelosi. Abso-fucking-lutely. But when you put Medicare for all out there at a time when there's a stimulus conversation going on, at a time when, like, Democrats do not have any sort of, they can just, like, literally symbolically vote yes on it, knowing full well that it's never going to touch the Senate floor because Mitch McConnell is still a majority. Like, it's meaningless. You're expending political capital for a meaningless cause. And then inversely, what could end up happening, what will likely end up happening, is media will literally fucking turn Medicare for all into an even more stale conversation. There's no fucking way the media is going to cover that adequately and accurately. So, you know, why didn't they just force the vote before the election? They would have won more seats, in my opinion. Nancy would have brought C4A, communism for all, the U.S. Yeah. I think what a better tactical position would be is to find a different speaker and, like, try to get someone from a more progressive adjacent side, like someone who is more progressive, who isn't out who isn't out for themselves to build enough clout to become the next speaker. Someone in a blue seat, someone in a deep blue district that's not exactly, you know, no, not fucking Hakeem Jeffries or whatever. I agree with this take on needing to identify the fakers in the party, though. Many people need to be primaried, and identifying who will floor vote for Medicare for all doesn't seem like a bad idea. That will backfire on you too, brother. There is the only very legitimate reason to do this is because there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people right now.
The vaccine today. Go ahead has mods me.
There are a lot of people right now that straight up think that the Democratic Party is, like, pro Medicare for all. I think there are a lot of people who, like, need to see that.
2 months
for sure.
Here been lurking for a bit, my dude. Hope you all have a good day.
And that's frustrating for someone like myself, especially, who constantly gets, who constantly has people going after me saying, like, oh, dude, Democrats are pro Medicare for all. They're just, like, not going to do it yet.
Are you still planning to have
Or you just dunk on a viewer with psoriasis? I'm pretty sympathetic to the things you say, and the jokes you make are usually funny, but sometimes you say some fucking ableist shit. How can you be so brazenly insensitive when you yourself aren't able to beat Nameless King? Yeah.
Stimulus Winajan.
Good one, dude. The Botep made it big? Wait, what is this? Oh shit, Envy. Welcoming the Botep sisters.
Medicare for all is one of the dumbest things to ever be created. There are 3-year waiting lists for surgeries in countries with free healthcare.
The weirdest part about this entire Medicare for all conversation has been, like, people on the left coming into my chat and, like, telling me why Medicare for all is feasible or popular. Like, bitch, you think I don't know these things? Like, are you new here? You think I'm in opposition to Medicare for all? Like, are you out of your mind? Like, what are you saying? Oh, Jesus Christ. You, Jenk, and Vosh are the only progressives against the strategy. Maybe you're wrong. No, we're not. Sam Cedar. There are plenty of people that are, again, pro Medicare for all, while simultaneously saying, like, this is a silly strategy from a electoralist standpoint. Even the Chapo boys are the ones who were like, yeah, I see where Jimmy Dore is coming from, but like, you know, Medicare for All fucking lost. Like it literally did. It won in the exit polls, but the candidate who ended up winning the Democratic primaries literally said he would veto Medicare for All, motherfucker, if it landed on his desk. We shouldn't push for Medicare for All. When should we do it? When there's actual stakes in the electoral sense. Because there are always real stakes for Medicare for All. Medicare for All is a human rights violation. The fact that we do not have Medicare for All in this country, or some form of socialized medicine, is a violation of your rights as a fucking human being. Okay? But every single political Andy who is on the left or left adjacent or whatever that covers electoralism and doesn't like poo-poo it, and I'm not talking about like Vosh, I'm not even talking about Jank for that matter, but like David Dayen, Ryan Grimm, Sam Cedar, like I think Alex Perrine. There are plenty of leftist and left-leaning political writers, journalists, commentators who agree with me, and those people's opinions are very important to me, just like Kyle's opinion is very important to me as well. I think Kyle is a very good tactician. I've said this a million times over. So Kyle and I are in disagreement on one aspect of this, and that is when to do it. Kyle and Bree's argument is that forcing a vote for Medicare for All will help spur the groundswell of the movement going forward. That's where both Kyle and Bree and myself, who I otherwise agree with, have a disagreement. Maybe I'm a little too fucking black-pilled. But my black-pilling sees the media opposition to this as a consequence of the timing, legitimizing it. Like, I said this already. Just because if I'm getting ready to race and getting ready to win the race and I'm sitting in the starting line and the fucking gunshot is fired before I'm ready to go and people get a head start on me, doesn't mean I'm not going to fucking compete in that race and try to win. So if AOC were to turn around and if organizations right now that push for Medicare for All were to fucking turn around, this video is unrelated to the news segment, so I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to ban people who are like complaining about how many moments I've watched in this video. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we're doing news hour, so shut the fuck up. News frogs are starving out here. Political frogs are literally hungry, dude. They are starving out here. They've been dying. They've been aching for some politics. I read most of the messages. So easiest thing is to ban people. Nice one, dude. Okay, well, I don't know you, so you get permanently banned. How about that? Like, suck my dick. Yeah, it is very easy. It's that easy. And now, you're gone. Like, in the middle of political coverage, if you're fucking crying about a chess video that I paused at like 11 seconds to continue the political coverage, and you're pointing that out, you're just trying to fucking derail the convo and stunlock me. If you want to defend that person, then you're a fucking idiot and exclusively here to be a contrarian. I'll ban you. Especially if I don't know you, if I don't recognize your name.
Imbak Klavu Hussein.
Thoughts on the Case Act making copyright violation a big felony added to the omnibus spending bill? Sorry to spam, just worried about the future of streaming. We'll see in a second. This groundswell argument is completely idiotic. Medicare for All is already popular. The public doesn't need convincing it's a good idea. The issue is with Congress, not with the public. And the vote doesn't do anything to fix that issue.
PogChamp.
I think you're failing to understand what I'm saying. Like, if there was more public pressure and then AOC actually ended up doing this, I would be in support of it because I'm in support of Medicare for All. Just because I think it's not the best tactic electorally, just because I think it's not the best tactic in Congress, does not change the reality that I want Medicare for All. It's not going to. My position hasn't changed on it at all. Thank you, Quasi Corvine, for the 20 tier 1 gift subs, by the way. So that's not going to change. I'm not going to sit there and be like, this wasn't the right time to do it, so fuck you. I'm not in support of it now. Like, that's not how this works.
Hassle.
But having said that, I personally don't think it's the appropriate time to do it, especially when there is no power that the Democrats have. So they can literally go ahead and just vote yes because it's frivolous. They can offer a symbolic yes along the same like co-sponsor lines if they want to. Or worse, they could literally say fucking no and use this as a talking point against the left to be like, look at this unicorn. Like they're looking for a unicorn out. And then that would end up lowering the fucking, lowering the public opinion of Medicare for All in general. It would. I'm sorry. I'm fucking totally black-pilled. It would. If these motherfuckers can make cadaver Joe Biden seem like the only candidate that could beat Donald Trump, then why the fuck do you think they can't shit on Medicare for All long enough that like you won't believe, not you, but most dumbass, hog-ass Democratic voters won't believe in it? Especially by literally fucking turning around and saying, look at this unicorn. Look at this unicorn that these people want. Like, people are starving and they're holding up Medicare for All. Bernie lost, lol. Bernie lost. Get over it, lol. God, these fucking, these progressives, they're just so silly. They want to make perfect an enemy of good. These Democrats, they want Medicare for All, but it just simply isn't that favorable. It simply isn't that popular. And that's a lie because they lie all the time. Even if it's not fucking actually unpopular, and even if it is legitimately very popular as a policy, that doesn't matter. In the absence of like legitimate groundwork and outside pressure and actual material pressure, not just like, oh, I want Medicare for All because like, you know, and I'm on Twitter and I'm like gonna harass politicians. I mean like legitimate fucking go to town halls and scream at these motherfuckers. Go protest outside of their houses. Like actually organize general strikes. Mass mobilization led by organizations. In the absence of all of that happening, AOC fucking saying we're going to vote for Medicare for All or I'm not voting for Nancy Pelosi only makes her look like a fucking dumbass, like a spoiled dumbass brat. And that's precisely how they will show her on mainstream media. And every fucking Democrat will literally just be like, oh yeah, she fucking sucks now.
Fog.
And all you will get in that circumstance is nothing. The people that are advocating for the Medicare for All now causes are advocating for it while simultaneously literally fucking acknowledging that this is a pure symbolic move to expose the Democratic frauds, right? In the Senate. To expose the Democratic frauds in the Senate. That's the reason why, you know, Jimmy Dore and Kyle and Justin Jackson and Brianna and all of them are pushing for it. And also because they want to push it to the forefront of the conversation so that we talk more about Medicare for All. But if we talk more about Medicare for All, we're not going to automatically fucking get people activated. We're not going to automatically get people motivated.
I wrote about your channel on my Harvard application. Love you, chat hassle.
If you know that it's not going to fucking pass, why are you lying to your audiences? Or, well, I know Kyle is not lying. Wait, why don't you like AOC? No, I like AOC. I'm defending AOC. I'm saying if she literally did what Jimmy Dore wanted her to do, she would look like a fucking dumbass and a brat. And she would be pointed, she would literally be called that every night on mainstream media with zero allies.
You just Jon Snowdale, my queen. You just Jon Snowdale, my queen.
The only part of this that I am in agreement with, that I agree with Kyle and I agree with Breon, is that Nancy Pelosi is deeply unpopular. 3/4 of the American people think that she needs to go. Like, she's unpopular in the Democratic Party. She's unpopular in the Republican Party. Using that as an opportunity to put someone else in that position, in that key position. Is it 3/4 or 4/5? Doesn't matter. Okay, I agree. Who are you going to put there? Who do you have? AOC addressed this in the Jeremy Scahill conversation. She's like, I can't do it. I'm fucking, I'm a freshman. I'm not a freshman anymore, but like, I can't do it. So what are we going to do? Who do you want? You want Hakeem Jeffries? Who are you going to replace Nancy Pelosi with? See, this is how little, not to call you out, man, but this is how little people know about this. Ed Markey for speaker? Really? You want a senator to become the speaker of the House? Huh, interesting. Yeah, no, that would be cool. No, Ro Khanna is not a good option either. Like, don't get me started on that.
Electoralism. Cheers.
I mean, Ro Khanna is better than Nancy Pelosi by the widest of margins, but who are you going to have that you can trust there? What about Shahid? Oh, you mean the guy who won fucking 8,000 votes or something? Or was it 80,000? He got 24% of the vote, dude. Like, Nancy Pelosi wiped him, ultimately. So he has to get elected first. Won't they take any moment that AOC pushes for progressive policies to portray her as a dumbass and a brat? Like we have little to lose? We have everything to lose. You have everything to fucking lose. If you have like 4 fucking precious representatives, if you have 4 precious representatives, or 5 or 6, and some of them are already too brown or too black to begin with, so they're already fucking out in the eyes of mainstream media. Mainstream media will ruthlessly and brutally annihilate you if you're fucking Palestinian or believe that like Palestinians are humans. They will literally just be like, you're an anti-Semite. Look at how anti-Semitic you are. So they're already out. You got Jayapal, which is pretty good. But again, they're too, they're like a lot of the people are they're not ready. Like they don't have the whipping power that a speaker has to have. Nancy Pelosi, for all of her fucking failures, is a brilliant whip. Like she is very good at controlling the Democratic Party in the House. Like she is infinitely better than Chuck Schumer. You can't put a fucking a person who does not know the intricacies or know how to fucking deal with. Bro, can you please just stop talking? You literally have no idea about anything related to American politics. Oh, come on, MW Greatest. Why am I reading this? A brilliant whip? What the fuck are you talking about? Nancy Pelosi is very good at whipping her caucus. She is very good at controlling the Democratic Party. What we are talking about currently is about the internal machinations of the Democratic Party. Not necessarily that Nancy Pelosi is a good person. Not necessarily that, like, Pago, for example, or signature achievement in the House is a good thing. Like, these aren't good things. She does a lot of bad things. She's not brilliant at posturing either. She's just very good at getting Democrats to shut the fuck up and vote her way.
Will be free.
She knows what she's doing. You can't do that if you have no control over, like, the establishment Democrats, for example, that make up a large percentage of the Democratic Party's House of Representatives members. She's also very good at raising money from corporations, a diligent fundraiser. The internal machine of the Democratic Party doesn't operate in the la land way that you think it does. If you have purposefully, dove deep.
The idea of no universal health
if you purposely have dove deep into leftist theory and oppose electoralism, then see yourself out of a conversation that literally revolves around the intricacies of how American politics works. is good at getting large donuts from corporations supposed to be a good thing? No. What is good? Okay. Maybe I should use a different term for this because it's confusing people. What is good to become an efficient speaker or to actually become a speaker that is good at what she's doing is entirely different than what is good for the American working class. She has a certain set of skills that make her a very effective speaker. Okay? That oftentimes is in direct opposition to your needs and your demands. Do you understand? Like, her being good at her job is actually bad for people that, want progress to happen. But having said that, if you're going to put someone else in that position, you also need to make sure that that person at least is
Thanks
effective.
For being a great streamer, Hassel.
Maybe not as much as Nancy Pelosi, while still simultaneously agitating for more progress.
Hasselpog.
Okay? To be a politician, you need to be good at many things. One of those things is public speaking, which she's also good at, but that doesn't mean anything about her is good. Wait, what? Nancy Pelosi is not good at public speaking. She's just good at fucking ripping people to shreds behind closed doors, and she's also very good at fundraising. That's it. Can you tell us, chatters, what reality we could pass M4A outside this pandemic with hundreds of thousands of dead? I can't think of one as you've mentioned. We don't have organization or movements, and I literally don't see a time that'll happen in the near future. Why hold back when this is probably our best opportunity? Because it's not our best opportunity. Like, I think maybe some people get blinded by like how beautiful the fight is going to look when it's honorable. And it is an honorable fight. And they lose out on, like, they literally just like lose out on the larger picture. A better opportunity than what we have in front of us is when there is more organizational power, which is what we should be focusing on. When there are additional hurdles that are cleared in front of an inevitable bill, but more importantly, when the Democratic Party has power to begin with. Like, if you are saying, no, not basically never, if you are personally saying that the Democrats themselves are symbolically going to vote yes on Medicare for all here, and or if you're personally saying, like, we need to fucking expose corporate Democrats for who they are, and we need to let everybody know that they are, like, lying and they don't actually want Medicare for all, then why the fuck would you do it now? When right now, a yes for Medicare for all in the House is no different than Kamala Harris saying yes for Medicare for all. It is different? Why is it different? Why is it different? Explain to me why it's different. Why is it different? We shit on Democrats for bad policy. I shit on Democrats for bad policy all the fucking time. No leftist policy is possible. No leftist policy will ever take control of the party. Pelosi is due to how corporate backing needs to be on point. Come on, dude. That's not what I'm saying at all. I am in favor of pressuring Nancy Pelosi. I'm in favor of replacing Nancy Pelosi. But you can't fucking replace Nancy Pelosi with no one. Like, what do you want? You want McCarthy to be the fucking guy? The speaker? Who do you want there? Like, Adam Schiff? Oh, yeah. Adam Schiff's going to be great. Oh, for sure. The new COVID bill relief contains $500 million for Israel. Wait, what?
Keck White.
Of the amounts appropriate this act under the headings of procurement, defense-wide, and research, development, test, and evaluation, $500 million shall be for the Israeli cooperative programs, provided that this amount, $73 million, shall be for the Secretary of Defense to provide the government of Israel for the procurement of the Iron Dome defense system?
Watching for 2 years now. Thank you for always streaming, Aljan. Damn dude, it's already been 9 months. The baby looks beautiful. Hassle.
Non LMAO, Democrats literally have no power. The power lies in the Senate until Democrats gain control of the Senate. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was trying to fucking say. Like there are like 11 different reasons why this shit is silly, but the silliest one is right now the bill isn't just the COVID bill, it's both the omnibus spending bill and the COVID stimulus bill. Yeah. That these are probably provisions from the omnibus spending bill. That makes sense. It's like the COVID bill also fucking has the Tom Tillis provision in it too, technically, because it's like tacked on top of the omnibus spending bill. Anyway. You gonna be talking about COVID shit in England? Yeah, I will be. The most significant part of this that is silly. Sam Cedar said it'd be easier to attack a blue dog right now because of Pelosi has the progressive title. Until Dem control the Senate, guess we have to slip into poverty. Whoops. Dog, you say this as though like forcing a fucking vote for Medicare for all without Senate majority is going to end up fucking giving you Medicare for all. Like you sound like a fucking child. I'm sorry. You just don't. I don't think a lot of people understand how this works at all. They just think like, oh, Medicare for all. We push it to a vote in the House, like, and then we just like magically fight in the Senate. Like, it will not touch the fucking Senate floor if Republicans maintain their majority and Mitch McConnell is the leader. Like, that's not how this works. So right now, every Democrat could literally. Every single Democrat in the House of Representatives could say yes to a Medicare for all bill.
3 months.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything because they know full well that Mitch McConnell's never going to fucking put it up to a vote. Every single Democrat. So if you do not recognize that, like, without Senate control for the Democratic Party, this vote is just as symbolic as any other vote that was passed under fucking the past, 4 years in the Senate that Kamala Harris was a senator, or it was 8 years that Kamala Harris was a senator, however long she was a fucking senator, I forget. Then you're basically admitting that like Kamala Harris is the most liberal, most progressive fucking senator in America. More progressive than Bernie Sanders. Why is Kamala Harris not the most progressive senator? Why? Because you recognize that she symbolically was fucking throwing her name in every fucking bill that she could because it's under Donald Trump, because she has no power. Because Mitch McConnell's not going to do shit. Right? You get that? You recognize that? Senators, Democratic politicians do this all the fucking time. Under Republican administrations, they go balls to the wall with what they fucking care about or act like they care about. Okay? Like, you could literally get exactly every single Democrat and every single Republican in the House to unanimously vote for Medicare for all just for the fun of it, okay? Just to see what it works. Just to see how that works. But with Mitch McConnell leading the Senate, there is nothing to do. They could just do that as a joke, and it wouldn't go anywhere. The Tea Party didn't have all three branches when they started their shit, and look at the Republican Party now. Why do we need all these hoops to jump through? Because the Tea Party had one thing that the progressive movement does not. I talk about this all the fucking time. I don't know why people are unfamiliar with this reality. It's like saying Donald Trump ended up destroying the Republican primaries and winning. Why can't Bernie Sanders do the same thing? What's the big difference between the Tea Party and actual grassroots mobilization? One was astroturfed by billionaires and was in line with the rest of the Republican agenda. I didn't realize that Medicare for All was astroturfed by billionaires.
Hasanabi.
This is literally what happened with the weed legalization bill a couple weeks ago. People losing their minds thinking weed would be legal when there's literally zero chance McConnell will ever bring that to the floor. Exactly. I feel like the majority of the Dem populace barely knew what Medicare for All was, and now it's a legitimate policy debate. The time to scale for progress here is years, but maybe we're going in the right direction. We are going in the right direction. However, I think that something needs to energize the base before January 5th. Not sure if this would do, but Pelosi sucks at whipping actual voters. Well, so we don't fight to pass Medicare for All? No. You fight to pass Medicare for All, but you don't fight to pass Medicare for All by just like fucking making these symbolic votes, like putting up symbolic votes that we already have, that we already know. You fight for Medicare for All by, again, organizing on the ground, getting actual grassroots mobilization launched for Medicare for All. That's going to be really difficult outside of an election year. Really fucking difficult. But it can be done. Anyway, it's top of the hour every hour. 60-second ad break. And by the way, even if the Democrats have, here's the other thing I was going to say. Even if the Democrats have Senate power, right? Let's say the Democrats win in this fantastical journey, because I don't think that Democrats are going to win in Georgia either. I'm sorry. Let me rip that Band-Aid off for you. Okay? But even if the Democrats do win in Georgia and they have Senate majority, and you push for the vote then, which I would be in favor of, and that's at that stage. If you push for the vote then you have to fight the Blue Dogs. Then you have to fight the Liebermans of the Democratic Party. If they were to even win in Georgia, you still have a battle. You still have a massive battle. Medicare for All will still probably not get passed. But then you actually have a say in the process. Then you can actually see who the villains are. Then a vote in the House actually matters. Then a vote in the Senate actually fucking matters. Because now you have the capability of doing it. Now you got to fucking get Manchin on board. But still. So I'm not against applying pressure or seeing where people align within the Democratic Party on Medicare for All. Of course I am. But doing it when we have no fucking material power, when the Democratic Party has no power in the Senate, and that's going to be a gigantic hurdle that will basically make it, that will basically make it so that any vote cast right now is exactly the same as votes cast under Donald Trump. You're being silly. You're expending political capital on. You're expending political capital for no reason, and you're on top of that potentially undermining Medicare for All as a policy. Medicare for All was already popular. This argument people are making about informing the public just shows they don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about. The issue isn't popularity, it's institutional resistance, and a vote right now doesn't change anything. Exactly. Can you explain why the Democrats are going to lose in Georgia? I want to hear your reasoning. Yeah, I think they're going to lose in Georgia because Georgia is still hella red, especially when it comes to maybe not their opposition to Donald Trump, but but certainly for their senators. This is Georgia. Anyway. Also, there's polls that show, the latest polls I was looking at show Kelly Loeffler. It sounds like you're upset that Jimmy Dore is pushing this. You say that you would support AOC if she pushed for the Medicare for All bill. I bet you would not call her silly if she did that. Because when AOC, okay, someone on the outside of the political process pushing to make someone do a dumb move is entirely different than someone who is making that dumb move on their own. The moment AOC says we're going to do this, or the moment that like there's enough organizational pressure from outside groups and AOC's like, yeah, we got to do this, then of course I'm going to be in fucking favor of it because I clearly am in favor of Medicare for all. Seems against it only because Jimmy is for it. Yeah, dude, I know. I am in opposition of Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore is irrelevant in this conversation. As a matter of fact, Jimmy Dore makes actually fucking sound people look silly like Kyle Kulinski and Brianna Joy Gray. Jimmy Dore makes those people look fucking dumb because of how he's lost his mind on this like conquest, and it turned into a conversation about Jimmy Dore. I didn't even know he had this many fucking simps in my goddamn audience too. He's also lying about a bunch of shit, which is deeply frustrating.
One year, wow, can I get a wahoo wahoo wahoo?
Anyway. I'm very late to this Medicare for All floor vote debate, but since it's raging, I'll join in the fray by telling you a little story. In 2019, after I testified at the first M4A hearing, I got back to Santa Barbara and realized my own Democratic congressman was not a co-sponsor of the bill, so I did some organizing. We pulled together a ragtag coalition of some old-timer healthcare activists, the local DSA chapter, some college students, a women's political club, and a local elected official. We met in my living room 3 times to scheme. We scheduled a meeting with our rep, Representative Carbajal. 25 of us crammed into his office, even though his staff said there was only room for 8. We talked, he listened, he talked, we listened. He said he supported a strong public option. He promised to send us questions in writing. We left, disappointed but eager to win his support. We started planning a rally. We gathered petition signatures at the farmers market and the college housing. His staff sent over 15 really detailed and good questions. We asked the National Nurses Union to help us answer them. We sent over the answers and scheduled a second meeting. And as we settled down expecting a strong debate, Representative Carbajal surprised us. He would co-sponsor the bill, he said. Now, I know that it won't always be this easy. Some representatives will require press conferences, protests, civil disobedience, and a primary challenge. Some will never sign on. But this is the work that needs to happen if we want to make real progress. You want Medicare for all? Let's build local coalitions like the Santa Barbara one in 150 districts around the country. The pieces are there. We need to get organized.
Did you hear you can say simple and sell anymore?
Come on, go ahead. Tell me how Addie Barkin has done less work for Medicare for all than Jimmy Dore, because Jimmy Dore likes to fucking scream at people like I do from the comfort of his fucking nice home in Los Angeles, like I do. This is what I'm fucking talking about. This is literally what I've been talking about. Okay? You're putting the cart before the fucking horse. It's entirely different than Democrats who are already in positions of power, who could literally fucking do this change tomorrow if they wanted to, as long as, you know, they had the Democratic majority in the Senate too. Those people advocating for this is entirely fucking different than like Jimmy Dore saying some shit. I didn't run the ad yet. I'm going to run it now. And I say this as someone who is a fan of Jimmy Dore, who is a co-worker of Jimmy Dore, ex-co-worker of Jimmy Dore, who loves that he spat on Alex Jones's face. One of the greatest things he's ever done. But goddamn, dude, he's fucking mouthing off in like the most psychotic way. And some of you are just as fucking cringe when you just basically fucking relitigate his talking points. This conversation should never